Jeff, throughout golf, Merion is known for its famous wicker baskets rather than flags. Tell me about how they came to be.
Nobody knows. The reality is nobody knows how they got their way to Merion. They weren't there the first few years. The first few years there were flags. 1915 is the first recorded documentation of the baskets being put there, and it was such a surprising thing that it was written about. But how it got there, nobody knows. The original flags were made by William Flynn, who was the superintendent on the course for the first few years. Also worked very hard with Wilson in design of certainly of the West course from the start. Also helped in the evolution of the design of the East. But Flynn made the baskets, and excuse me, there are ads in the golf magazines of him trying to sell them and convince other clubs that this would be a great idea, but it has not become a big American tradition, nor is it really much of a European tradition. There are some places that have them. Somebody saw them. Who saw them? We don't know. How they got here? We don't know. However, interestingly, the basket, of course, is a very significant part of the Merion logo. Up until the early 70s, the Merion logo was really an offshoot of the Merion Cricket Club logo, which was far more heraldic. And Bill Kittleman, who was the pro, became very instrumental in the change. What had happened is, after the 71 Open, there was a lot of talk about the baskets, how cool the baskets are, how different the baskets are. So the board received a letter from a member saying, why don't we make the baskets the logo? And Bill, who got his longtime pro there, came as an assistant in the mid-60s, left as he'd been head pro from 1970 to the mid-90s. Bill, who had a degree in art and architecture from Yale, thought this was a good idea. Though originally, what happened is the club brought in several professionals, not golf professionals, but design professionals, to come up with ideas, and each one Bill thought was more complicated and crazier than the next. So Bill said, this is my pro shop, these are going to go on my shirts, I got to sell these things because that's where he was making part of his income. I got to find something distinctive. What do I need? I like that guy's idea of the basket. So he started noodling with the basket, drawing the basket, seeing how it worked, and basically if you put the basket on a shirt or a hat, all you would see is a line. There's not enough width to it. At the same time, Richie Valentine, who was the son of Joe Valentine, who inherited the job as super after Flynn left, and the Valentines became a Merion dynasty for the next 50 years. Richie was having problem with the Scotch broom, and decided he was going to get the Scotch broom off the golf course. And
which is a grass.
That's the grass. That's the grass you see in the bunkers. Kittleman said, not on my watch. This is not going to happen. So he said, there's the answer to the width on the logo. I will put the basket in with the Scotch broom. And now, Richie, now that it's the logo, be my guest. You try to take the Scotch broom out. And that's why we have the Scotch, that's why they still have the Scotch broom there. And you can't find a more distinctive logo in golf. Everybody knows it.